What's going on, guys? My name's Kevin Pheley. This is Thinking Bigger with Kevin Pheley, and thank you so much for consuming this, whether you're on YouTube, whether you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora, Alexa, wherever. Thank you. If you would, and if you do get value from this, please go leave a review. Today, I want to talk about something that is critical to everybody, right? It's about the dream life that we want and being the best version of ourselves. We all have this fairy tale idea of how we want our life, right? Perfect body, a lot of money, happiness, freedom, all of this stuff. Now, when you think about this perfect situation, and for you, it may be different than what I just explained, but for most people, I think that kind of fits the outline. But when you think about that perfect person that you want to be, I want you to also think about, and this is something I do on my own every single day, is I think about that dream person that I want to be. If that's realistic, you know, what do they do in a day? What are their habits like? What is their discipline like? And do I match that now? Am I making those decisions? Am I doing the things that that perfect person would be doing, right? If not, then I'm probably not going to be that person until I change that. Actually, I will not be that person until I change that, right? So I think that when it comes down to discipline, it's a really vague term, right? You hear guys like Jocko talking about discipline, and discipline equals freedom, which is 1,000% correct. But what the fuck is discipline, right? What is that? When I look at discipline, I think about a book. When I look at discipline, I think about a book that was given to me by a mentor of mine, and it's called The Slight Edge Theory by Jeff Olson. Basically, the slight edge, what it talks about are when you're faced with a decision, go pick the one that's going to lead you to the better road. As dumb as that sounds, right? Like right now, after this, I'm going to go home. It's about 6:30, p.m. I'm going to go home after this, and I'm going to have a decision. Do I go drink a little bit of water, eat half a banana, go on a run, hit the weights, and then eat a good meal? Or do I go home, get on the computer, do some, laying around, watch Netflix, and just fuck around because I can, right? And now further, what this book talks about is out of those two decisions, obviously you want to pick the better one. But when a guy is 50 years old and has a heart attack, he wasn't thinking about every time he picked up a cigarette, it being a vote towards that heart attack, right? He wasn't thinking every time he had a cheeseburger that cheeseburger was going to lead him somewhere. And one cheeseburger, one cigarette, one, extra soda with a bunch of sugar in it doesn't necessarily lead to that. But it's the compound effect, like throwing money in a bank back when you could actually gain money through interest. It's the compound effect of your decisions that lead you to where you are. So let me ask you, are you voting for the person that you want to be? I know I'm not 100%. Right? And none of us really are. But if you really are honest with yourself, we are way behind the curve. We are way, way, way far away from being that dream person. And the reason why is most people don't make it there. So that's because most people don't have the habits and they're not following the slight edge theory of making the better decision every time, right? So next time you go to eat, right? If you want that perfect body, well, maybe you should think about eating a salad instead of a burger, It's something that is a lot easier said than done, but most of us don't do it. Why is that? It's because we don't want to actually achieve these things sometimes, right? The subconscious mind has this belief of who we are, right? You truly, even though you want to be this person, you truly don't believe that you can be that person deep down, right? So you have to do the subconscious work and changing your self-beliefs. And sometimes it starts with childhood trauma. Sometimes it starts with, maybe you were kind of derailed by something because a parent said something to you, right? You wanted to go do one thing, but your parents said, no, you're going to go be a doctor or a lawyer, or no, you can't do that because you're stupid, or no, you can't go make this amount of money because we're not made of money. Whatever the subconscious beliefs are that are ingrained inside of you, it's going to stop you from hitting your goals, whether you want them or not, because truly deep down, you don't want them. It's why people smoke cigarettes. They don't like it. They know it smells. They know it's going to kill them, but they keep smoking, right? It's because they believe that they are a smoker. So I think that one thing that's really important to take away, and this is more me mentally airing out what I'm telling myself, is start making the better decision, whether that's working out, whether that's not sleeping in as much, whether that's getting more sleep so that you're actually showing up productive through a day, right? There's a million choices that you make in a day. And if you start to make the negative choice constantly, your brain starts to slip into that. The opposite is when you start making better decisions, your brain will become habitual on that. And while you make better choices, your subconscious mind starts to believe that you're a different person, right? It starts to see that things are changing. And when you actually start to see that you're making an impact, that's going to have a lifelong effect, but you can choose which direction you want to go. So now let's talk about one more piece that has to do with sort of hitting your dream person and becoming that person. You know, if you want to become this dream person, you probably have to make different choices that include risk, right? So maybe this is leaving your job to go to another job. Maybe this is staying at a job for a little extra time so that you can build up cash to go do something else, whether it's buying real estate or, you know, whatever your dream is. Make sure that you're not in your own way by being too comfortable. Because I can guarantee you, if you have this amazing dream person in your mind that you want to be, you probably are not going to become that person without taking risks, right? This also includes cutting out habits. This includes cutting out vices. For me, my life did not start until I got sober. I had money. I had literally on paper a dream life, but I was miserable because there was a spiritual and subconscious block stopping me from being happy. And that had something to do with the subconscious, right? But when I decided to get sober, and for you, it might be cocaine, it might be hookers, it might be stealing cars or petty theft from a store, right? Like the wife in Breaking Bad, the cop's wife, she always stole stuff. Whatever your vice is, it's probably the thing that is stopping you from getting to that next level, right? So I don't know what it is about our subconscious, but, you know, short-term thinking never gets us to that person that we want to be. It's always the long-term. So extra workouts, the salad instead of the pizza or the burger, you know, not smoking a joint because you know it's going to make you lazy and actually just quitting that and getting that vice out of the way, whatever it is, right? Make sure you're taking the risks, make sure you're cutting out the negative situations, and make sure that your habits are usually on the positive side. Doesn't mean you can't have a cheat meal every now and then, but if you're constantly choosing the negative, the easy way out, the short-term dopamine hit, you're not going to hit that dream person. Please, if you liked this, go ahead and leave a comment, leave a review, follow, subscribe, wherever you are. Please, it really does a lot. Like this video if you're watching this. And again, go reach that higher self by putting in the work. And I'm going to go do the same thing. Talk to you guys later. Thanks.
Bye.